So I've woken up super early this morning. I am on my way out to go and get some fresh fish. The fishermen are out really early and they catch their fish just before sunrise, so I need to get out and make sure I can get the freshest catch. Sondai is our boat driver. He drives all our big boats here, and he also goes and buys fish for us, and he is the guy that I would go with if I needed to go and get fish. He can translate for me and also just make sure that they're not trying to make some extra money on me, because I probably would just say yes straight away at any offer given. So he'll help me bargain and make sure I'm getting the right price. It makes me happy to be able to support the local fishermen. This is their trade and they want to be able to have the circle go around in their family. So I enjoy buying from them and supporting them. Another thing about living out here on the Cabora is that you have a lot of hippopotamus everywhere. I think they are scary and I think you have to watch out for them because they are aggressive. Just because they don't eat meat doesn't mean they're not gonna get all up in your grill when you're in their territory. I need a big one. Do you have a big one?
Big one is like this.
That's too small. We need a big one, Sondai. Is there more down there? Okay. Thank you. I'm really, really blessed to be able to have fresh fish right here whenever I need it. It's definitely a perk of living out here and on the river, and I take advantage of it as much as I can. The bigger ones there. Yeah, one. I want 5, Sondai. Maybe that one there is better. How much for that? No, I don't have 5. Yeah, give us another one. For 20. Right, Abasa. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. I am chilling on the side of the Cabora here. I have bought myself some delicious bream or tilapia from the locals. I got up really early this morning. They're delicious little, I would say, Thai influence, a little bit of Thai flavors. We got the ginger, the garlic, and some dried coconut. This I'm actually using as a breadcrumb to form the crust of my fish cakes instead of using breadcrumbs. So the first thing that we've got to do is we've got to cook our fillets. I've obviously filleted our fish here. So I'm just going to lay them skin side down, put a clove of garlic in, squash it. Just like that, nothing more. Remember, it's just going to form a flavor base. I've got a piece of ginger here, and I'm going to just chuck that in the pan. I've got a lemon here. I'm going to take the skin or the rind off the one side, as well as a slice, just so I can get some of the juices. Obviously, some seasoning, salt and pepper, and then I've got some dried herbs here, which I'm just going to sprinkle over the top. Right, so now I'm gonna go straight onto my hot coals here. We're gonna add a splash of water and we're gonna put the lid straight on. And in the meantime, I'm gonna start preparing the mixture for our fish cakes. I've got a green pepper, an onion, some ginger, garlic, and I've got the main base of our fish cakes, which is some sweet potatoes. I'm gonna do the simple stuff first, and that's just the ginger and the garlic, which I'm going to microplane straight into the bowl here. I'm going to use 2 cloves here. Ginger straight in again, exactly like the garlic. Before I carry on, I'm just going to stop right there. I can see my fish is about 5 minutes from being ready, and I'm going to throw these delicious fresh peas in and put the lid straight back on. I can see that fish is coming along really well. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of olive oil, just a touch. I'm also going to zest my lemon here. I'm only going to use half an onion. It's plenty. You want quite a fine chop, just because you don't want huge chunks when you're trying to form your little fish cakes. I'm gonna just add our spices. I've got a bit of turmeric here. So you're going in with about a teaspoon. I'm also gonna go in with my chili. Now we've got a green pepper here, and I'm gonna use half of it, and I'm gonna grate this in. This is what you're looking for. Let's just see what's going on in here. Oh wow, it looks beautiful. I can see it's all white and it's cooked. They're gonna carry on cooking, which is a good thing. And I've got some dried herbs here, which I added earlier to our fish that was steaming. So I'm gonna zip season here as well. Just 1 egg. Now what I wanna do is use our sweet potato. See, this is the vibe you're looking for, this consistency. It looks like cheese almost. See, we've suddenly got some substance to these guys now. Break our little fish in here. So you wanna kinda mash it up a bit and chuck it straight into your bowl. Fold that in. And now, of course, we need some flour just to bind this all together. If you're not a fan of dried coconut, don't worry, just use breadcrumbs at home. Just form a ball in your hand and then press it down. Drop it in our crumbs. And I'd say about 5 to 7 minutes on each side till they're nice and bronzed and delicious. Right, I can see that this little guy here is ready to turn. Oh, beautiful and bronzed. That is the color we are looking for. And it's got a lovely crisp on the top. I made this earlier, it is so easy. If you've got frozen peas at home, tin peas at home, or fresh peas like I have, you just blanch them if they're not cooked and blitz them in a food processor or squash them however you want to do it. I added some mint, I added some olive oil, a clove of garlic, salt, pepper, and lemon juice, and it is absolutely delicious. I love peas. I'm gonna just zip them into this puree. And there we have it, guys. My fish cakes on a pea and mint puree. It is so refreshing for a summer's day. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. I'm actually gonna take one off the pan here and have a little zips because I can't wait any longer. Those are too good. I'm gonna go and find a nice spot to chill here, and I'm gonna eat these babies up. Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
How was your fishing?
Yeah, good. I cooked some deluxe fish cakes.
How were they?
Yeah, good.
Did you leave me some?
No, it's a bit too last minute. We'll cook something on the way though.
Why aren't you doing your fish cakes?
Gregory, I'm gonna cook you something on the way, I told you.
So we're on our way to Chintopo. It's about a 2-hour drive. Basically what we're doing is we've got a water project going. We're going to supply a couple of thousand people with water that they don't have. They have to go to the river and fetch water for their houses, for cooking, for drinking. So we're going to have water to supply all the community for their laundry and for drinking water. A big problem with the water situation in the villages is occasionally we have cases of crocs eating people because they have to bath and collect their water in the river. So what will happen is they'll all have a certain point they can all do their laundry and go and bath and go and collect running water so that they don't have these problems.
So beautiful here, all the Brownies and stuff. Yeah. It's one thing I really love doing here is driving in the area. It's amazing to see how going from the water inland, just the whole landscapes just change. It's beautiful and I really love spending time in the wildlife. It's simply something I take for granted and I forget how amazing it is. When I finally get out there, I realize it's really beautiful.
We've put a tap at the clinic because they don't have water at the clinic and they have to get water all the way from the river to the clinic, which is about 800 meters. They have to carry it with buckets on their head.
Okay,
so
well that's amazing.
Yeah, we should be done in the next 2 or 3 days. I'm quite excited. Kelly, I'm starving.
Are you hungry?
I'm so hungry.
Okay, well, there's a couple of nice trees up ahead there. Let's just try and see if we can find a nice spot in these Brownies.
Yeah, but you said that earlier, and now we've been driving for 10 k's. It's been 2 hours.
I think on the left here looks nice.
What about that tree there?
Perfect. Let's go up ahead there.
Excellent.
Yeah, this looks great.
Cool.
Cool, let's park here.
Can't wait.
So I am on my way to Chintopo. It's a little village close by. I'm on my way with Greg. We are gonna do a bit of things there, do a bit of shopping. And I'm starving, and so is Maurice. So I've decided to set up here in the Mopani woodland. It's so beautiful, right in the middle of the bush. So I'm gonna whip up a delicious risotto for us both. It's a chorizo, pea, and blue cheese risotto. I've got a pot of hot chicken stock here, which I'm gonna be ladling in as and when I need it. But first of all, I'm gonna drizzle some olive oil and some butter straight into the pan to get that all heated up. I'm gonna chop this onion up. I want chunkiness. Texture is important. And I'm gonna sprinkle the onion straight in here. I'm actually gonna add my risotto rice before the garlic, just because the garlic tends to burn really quickly, and I don't want it to. I want it to go into all the rice and give us that flavor that we're looking for. If you're not a fan of garlic, you can also miss that out. Give it a toss. I'm happy with this. It's getting toasty and delicious, and I'm smelling everything that's going on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my chorizo in 2 parts. Now, to get the flavor from the chorizo, and then later, just because it's going to cook away for a long time, and I want nice, juicy chorizo at the end. I can see we've got some browning action going on here, so I need to go in with my white wine at this point. Just under a cup, so a big glug. So now you just want to let that cook away with the sprig of rosemary. This is what the secret to risotto is. Make sure you don't let it go dry. So I'm going to go in with some stock. Oh, all those delicious flavors and colors are coming out of that chorizo now. While that's sizzling away, I'm going to keep adding. This is going to take about 20 to 25 minutes. I've got some beautiful fresh peas here, which I'm going to add probably about 5 minutes to go until I take it off, because I still want them with a little bit of a bite. I've also got some oregano, just to give it some more flavor. Let's just give it a mix. All these herbs are obviously going to impart a lot of flavor, which is good. See, it's still got a little liquid there. You just want to keep watching what's going on and make sure it doesn't go dry. It's going to cook and cook slowly. So the last thing I want to do is just add a little bit of black pepper to this. It's starting to absorb. I know I can go in with a bit more stock. And that's basically all it is adding the stock, mixing it, letting it sizzle, adding the stock, mixing it, and then you try it after about 25 minutes. Try your rice and keep your stock hot, just because it makes life a lot easier for you. You don't want to be working with the cold stock and then it doesn't boil straight away, otherwise it's just going to sit in the liquid. Right, so I'm really happy of how this is coming along. You can see how it's all swollen and it's rolling off this spatula so easily. At this point, I need to go in with my peas, and I'm just going to sprinkle these straight in. If you can't get fresh, just use frozen. They are just as delicious. It just need less cooking time. Just a little knob of butter adds to the creaminess and luxuriousness of a risotto. Parmigiano, and I'm just going to sprinkle them in, and they'll slowly melt, which I love, and you'll get little gooey parts in your risotto. Add a tiny bit of olive oil. This is also just going to give us a little bit of fluidity and just shiny glossiness. So I'm doing a poached egg on top here, just because it's a bit of a breakfast vibe and I love a little eggy. So you don't have to do this at home. It's just a little touch to make it look sweetie. And while it's spinning, you need to pour it in one shot. Okay, I'm going to go in with some blue cheese now while my egg is zipping there. And I'm also going to add one more little blob of butter, just because I'm feeling a little treatable today. See how beautiful and creamy this is looking? Perfect. That is just what we want. So I'm just going to top it off with a bit of chorizo, and I'm actually going to have a little taste of my risotto here. That is a winner. Gregory has got some competition. I know he thinks he makes the best risotto, but that for me is the zips. Let's get our egg out quickly. This beautiful little yolk is going to just ooze out. Some more blue cheese, just melting around it. And I'm going to break the yolky like that. That is it, guys. My chorizo, blue cheese, and pea risotto. I hope you love it. And I hope you try risotto at home. It's not hard. I really believe that anyone can do it. I am going to fight with Maurice about this egg yolk and eat all this risotto with him. Do you like the chorizo? Nice, eh?
Mm-hmm. Very well cooked as well.
Thanks, Beauty.
Good, must have been a good teacher, huh?
Must have been quite a zips of a teacher. It's so stunning here. Whose risotto is better?
Obviously.
Mine.
No ways. I taught you about risotto.
You definitely taught me, but I mean, I think you're a little out of practice now.
What you mean? Old dog always keeps his tricks. Isn't that the same?
No, it's not the same.
I hate selfies.
Well, why is there so many of us?
Well, that's because you rash me.
I don't force you to get in that selfie picture.
I feel very heartsore when I get to the villages. I mean, we live with electricity, running water, hot water, beautiful lawns, and we take it for granted. You know, when you go into the village, the guys, they've got nothing there. They don't have. I mean, they have to travel. Imagine having to travel 2 k's for your water. Yes, Clever. You know my wife, Callie, eh?
Yes.
How are you?
I find it.
So basically, Clever, he's the guy in charge of the project. He oversees everything, but he also does quite a bit of work for us. He's like the company community liaison. Right, all together. Iwe. Hey. Good. Well, I wanted to just go
look at the market, but maybe we can get some of this garlic.
Yes,
here.
definitely.
Maybe we can ride.
Yeah. That's what I say.
Maswera say.
Good.
This is your garlic.
Yes.
He grows it, eh?
Yes.
Where does he grow it? In the river?
In the river.
Okay, we'd like
Can we
some.
select some?
I absolutely adore garlic, so I'm very happy that they've got some for me today. It's one of my ultimates, and especially homegrown garlic. And that actually looks good. Yes, that one.
Which one, yeah?
Yes, perfect. Let's just get these 2 bunches. So we'll take these 2, just calculate for us, huh?
Yeah.
So let's put these in the car and then see what's happening that
Yeah.
side.
Is it walking distance or we can
Must we
take
go
the
in
car?
the car? In the car. Okay.
And then on the way we can just stop and see the water project quickly. This water project is really close to my heart. It's so rewarding going there and helping the people, the less fortunate people. Looking good, eh, Clever?
I'm really proud of Greg in this water project. It's something that my dad's put him onto for a while. It's coming to the finishing touches, and I know how happy it's going to make the villagers once it's up and running.
So we just need to do the pump, and then we'll pump the water into those tanks, which we'll go to next.
Yes.
And then from the tanks, it'll come all the way down here through the trench into here.
The pipeline's done, eh?
The pipeline's done, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
No, but it's good. It's very central here,
Everyone can use it.
and it's close to your house as well.
Yes. Next year, we'll just ask a company to push one.
Well done, Clever. I'm very satisfied with what you've done here. I'm very happy.
I really enjoy going out to the villages and kind of seeing what's there. I love any different ingredient to cook with, and most of all, just seeing what they've got and what they've grown themselves. It's always kind of all funny, and it's just exciting from a foodie point of view. I just love seeing what they've got for me. 10 pin. Okay, we'll have it. It's amazing. It's a beautiful. It's huge as well.
No.
Okay, if you've taken one side.
Okay.
Careful, there's guys. Bye bye.
All right, Clever, thank you.
eh?
We'll see you this week sometime, okay?
No problem.
So I'm back home. I've just had an incredible day at the market and the village in Chintopo. I've munched on some delicious treatable treats. I'm really full, but I could still have a little sweet something. So I'm gonna rustle up Maurice and I, my favorite and his favorite, brownies. They are peanut butter chocolate brownies. I think you guys will love this recipe as much as we do. It's got some nuts in it. We've got some sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds here. It's pretty much carb-free. It's got like 4 tablespoons of flour, so if you're watching the carbs, this is a low-carb one, but it is super, super, super sugar-packed. So unfortunately, this is a really chocolatey, indulgent one, but we gotta have a little treat sometime, don't we? So I'm gonna get started, and the first thing with chocolate brownies is melting your butter and your chocolate together. So what I'm gonna do is just cut up my chocolate. I've got about 300 grams here. This is organic, beautiful, dark cooking chocolate. Cut this into shards or slices, just so that it melts a lot faster. I've got about 200 grams here of butter. It is a lot of butter, but sometimes you just gotta indulge. So this is one of those recipes. And this is gonna go straight over a double boiler. I've just got some hot water sizzling over there. I'm gonna put this over the hot water and let it melt. Watch it, you don't want it to burn. And once it's all melted and delicious, then we can get on with the rest of our ingredients. So what I'm gonna start with is our sugar, because I wanna sweeten this up. I would say about half a cup, maybe a bit more, but it depends on what chocolate you're using. I'm not using sweet chocolate, so I don't need a lot of sugar, and I've got desiccated coconut here, which is gonna sweeten up a bit more. So I'm gonna go for about half a cup of sugar, put the coconut in. Sprinkle in about a couple tablespoons, I would say 2 or 3. The next ingredient we're gonna add is our lemon zest. I'm just gonna zest the whole lemon straight into this chocolate mixture. The next thing we're gonna do is add our flour. Because we've got 4 egg yolks here, that's kind of the last thing that we add before our seeds and nuts. It could be anything between 2 to 4 tablespoons. It just depends on if you're gonna use the coconut or not. Now it should start looking like a dough. Cocoa powder, I'm gonna add a couple of teaspoons, approximately 4. And it's gonna just darken it up and it's gonna look amazing. And now we're gonna go in with our eggs, one at a time. We're gonna mix one at a time as we go, just to make sure we get it even. So first eggy in, and just break the yolk and just start folding it in. Right, last egg in. Right, so we are just about there. I have got all the deliciousness in here, and I'm finally gonna add, I've got some nuts, I've got almonds here, I've got some pumpkin seeds, and I've got some sunflower seeds. I love almonds, they're one of my favorite. These are toasted, these are all toasted, these seeds as well. I'm just gonna give these a rough chop. I'm putting quite a lot of nuts just because I love when you're eating a brownie to get that big chunk of nut in it, whether it is an almond or a cashew, whatever you're using. I also love using hazelnuts. And I'm actually gonna take a few whole, and I'm not even gonna do anything with these seeds except just sprinkle them in as well. And now we are just gonna fold away. Perfect, so this is all folded in and it looks great. The last thing I do, remember always baking powder last, 2 heaped teaspoons. And that is our mixture. Look how delicious that looks. All the little pieces in there are just gonna toast up and get delicious. Oh, it looks so delicious. The last thing that I love to do with my brownies is add a peanut butter vibe. So I've got peanut butter here. This is sugar-free organic peanut butter. I'm gonna make lines across the brownies with the peanut butter. Now watch this little trick. This is the zips of zips. That's gone from like child lines to sweetie, you just rocked out of a Michelin star restaurant. And it is so easy. Check out that. I need to get this into an oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Keep an eye on it. You don't want to overcook your brownies. You want that gooey deliciousness, so make sure. And I know that these are gonna rock. They are the best thing ever.